Om Namo Narayani. Good morning, good evening, wherever we are all joining in from. Today is our week 122nd class of Sri Lalitha Sahasranamam, class for beginners. We will be looking at Sri Lalitha Narayani's names 845 to 852. So we are like 150 names away from the conclusion of the 1000 days of continuous yagam. So 150 days, so that's 5 months. So end of June, early few days of July, let's make our sankalpa to be in Pedam for the concluding days of the yagam. Today is all like the exalted state, so it is like that exalted moment of this grand Mahayagam, and to be there together. We have been participating from a distance. To be physically present on the grounds where it's happening is not a given. It's a rare opportunity. So let's make this a real sankalpa that is in the highest level, so we can all be there together. Om Namo Narayani. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. Om Namo Narayani. Let us begin with our prayers. Om Jnanarupaya Vidmahi Shaktiyam Saya Dhimahi Tanno Shaktiyam Ma Prachodayat. Om Jnanarupaya Vidmahi Shaktiyam Saya Dhimahi Tanno Shaktiyam Ma Prachodayat. Om Jnanarupaya Vidmahi Shaktiyam Saya Dhimahi Tanno Shaktiyam Ma Prachodayat. Om Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Sarvamangalamangallye Shive Sarvarthasadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ध्यानम् सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत्तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीं आपेन वक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्। अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानीम्। ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत् हेमपद्माम्बराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयतां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसितेक्षणां सचरचापपाशाङ्कुशां शेषजनमोहिनीं अरुणमाल्यभूषाम्भरां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम्। ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ नमो नारायणे। ॐ श्रीं श्रीमात्रे नमः स्वाहा। Om Namo Narayani. Let us begin with Sri Lalitha's 846th name. Om Śreem Mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem Mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem Mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem Mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem Mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who is the essence of mantras, all the mantras. or mantras can just mean all the Vedas. She is the essence of all the Vedas, or she is the essence of all the mantras of the Tantras, like mantra, yantra, Tantras. Tantras have a special category of mantras. One interpretation is that it refers to all the mantras of all the Tantras. And when we say she's the essence of all the mantras, then the mantras are also included under that. When we say she's the essence of the Vedas, mantras can mean Vedas. Everything encompassed in that is the mantras. And we saw her previous name, 845, last week, she is Om Śreem sārāyai namah swaha. And before that, the 844th was Om Śreem sārāyai namah swaha. 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 So that Shastras can also encompass all the Vedas. And then there are the other Upavedas, others and all that. When we say essence of the Vedas, it is said Upanishads are the essence of the Vedas. Vedas are vast and big, and Upanishads are the condensed versions. That is not just the condensed. When we say condensed, it's taken out everything that's essential, the quintessential of that. Then it can also mean the Upanishads, the saram, the essence of it, all that. And we have seen in her earlier name, 204th in other mentions, Om Śreem Sarva Mantra Swarupinyai Namah Swaha. Her Swarupam, her inherent form, is all the mantras. And she is the essence of all the mantras. And there are so many types of mantras. Amma says it's like we say Bij mantra, Bij is seed. If mantras are the seeds from which universe is manifested. Nama says yagnas, yagams are the roots of the universe. So entire cosmos, entire creation, all the lokas, everything have emanated from that sound, from the mantras, and from the yajna, the offering of these mantras back to the source with love and devotion is the root for the universe. It nourishes the universe, and when there is nourishment, then there is prosperity, health, all the good things happen when there is good nourishment. So yajnas are the root that nourish the universe. The universe is the manifestation from the mantras, and she is the mantras. There are so many various types of mantras we use for different purposes. Like we have the yajna mantras, devotional chantings of the mantras. We have the japa mantras that are given to us, and the bij mantras. We get our initiation into the mantras from a guru. And that mantra is like the seed within us as we chant and holding it inside, like the seed is covered in the soil and we nourish it and it sprouts and it grows. Like Amma says, I will just get the thing. Amma says, like this tree is hidden in the seed. Like we have the seed of the mantras, the divine within us, and it can sprout and manifest the divine within us. Spirituality is hidden within each one of us. Like Amma says, the tree is hidden in a seed. Like ghee is, the clarified butter is hidden inside the milk. When we look at the milk, we have no idea there's something called ghee inside it. We just see the milk, we don't see the ghee. Till we process the milk, go through various processes, and churning it brings us the ghee. And like that, when we go through the processes, the churnings that life brings us, then we bring out the divinity within us. And this mantras that are given to us, the japa mantras, bija mantras, they are like processing us, and through the process of using the mantras, they sprout and they manifest. The seed sprouts into, each mantra has its speciality, whatever was given to us. The Guru knows that is the path, the line that we are in, and it manifests and it fructifies. So these are very sacred, and when we use these mantras the way it's given with honor, like when something very precious, then it starts yielding, it grows in its strength and power, and it manifests. And there are many puja mantras, like mantras, there are priests, so many priests doing various mantras. A priest doing this puja will be a specialist on this set of mantras. A priest doing another type of puja will be specialist in that type of mantra. So like that, there are so many different types of mantras. So like when Amma has, like before Amma's Jayantis, when we have the yagams and other special occasions, like during Kumbhabhishekam, those times, priests who come to sing the Rig Veda, there are other set of priests who come to chant the Sama Veda, another set of priests who come and chant the Yajur Veda, another set of priests who chant the Atharvana Veda. So just to get into mastery of just one set of Vedas is a lineage, it's a lifetime or many lifetimes of that practice and that expertise. To find someone who's mastery in all the 4 Vedas, it is her. You can understand the level of the expertise of that being who has come thus far to have the mastery of all these mantras. And as these mantras are chanted, they bring out her within us. It's like polishing and polishing and polishing, and like we said, how the gold is processed from its level where it's taken, the more and more polished, then we bring out the glitter. Like the diamond, when it's taken out, there is no sparkle, nothing. It just looks like you wouldn't even consider it worthy. But when it is polished, the sparkle it gives is just phenomenal. Like that, when we keep saying the mantras, it polishes us inside and brings out the sparkle, the divinity from within. And she is the Sara, the essence of the mantra. So we are bringing her out, the essence of her through everything, all these mantras. Her 847th name. Om Śreem tal'ōdaryai namah swaha. 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 Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who has a slender waist. tal'ōdaryai. Dhari is one who's wearing it. Dhara, bearing it. Tal'ō here refers to her waist. A narrow waist. Not just the waist, it's a very slender waist. And we have seen in her earlier name, when we see her description from the earliest names of hers from head to toe, she is Om Śreem Laksharoma dharata samunneya madhyamaye namah swaha. And then we see her description. The waist almost looks like it's there, but it's not even there. That little creeper, like that slender, thin line of like creeper, like that hairline, seems to appear from where there should be a waist. It's like you have to guess where the waist is, and you start seeing this fine hairline, and you decipher from that, oh, this is where her waist is. Such slender waist, thin waist. And that is her description. She is tal'ōdaryai, and it can be also interpreted as, since mantra sara, when we are doing in the namavali, mantra sara tal'ōdaryai, tal'ōdaryai. So sara, a from the sara, a tal'ōdaryai. If we break it up that way, taking in the last syllable from the previous name into this, Atala, then it gets another name. So Atala is a loka. Like we talk of the 14 lokas, Bhuloka is the earth, 7 lokas. So Atala Lokā, Atalōdaryai, she is bearing that Atala Lokā. And in her form, the Virat Purusha is like when the cosmic mother with no form takes the form, not as every form is hers, and no form is also hers. If we take her in that human form, we've been describing her in the early names like in the human form, because our mind can relate to the human form of the divine, and it's easier to grasp and be akin and get drawn to a form that you can relate to draws you. That cosmic form of hers that you cannot see here, there is no form to it. Very few can relate to that. You must have such a clear, purified mind, uncluttered mind with no thoughts, names and forms cluttered in it. It's clear, so it can see the nothingness and that emptiness, and it can relate to that in that form of that Satchidananda state. And not many can even get to that state. So we have the description of the divine in a form that we can relate to, so in a human form. And each part represents various aspects. So her waist, when it comes to her waist area, that region of hers in that cosmic form, in the human form, that entire cosmos represented the human form. Her waist region represents the Atala Lokā. And so we saw the Satya Lokā is the highest Lokā. It is the Brahma Lokā, the Lokā of Brahma. There is Tapa Lokā, Jana Lokā, Mahar Lokā, Suvar Lokā. Suvar Lokā is the Swarga, heaven that we can relate to. And there are so many lokas beyond the heaven that we relate to. And then the Bhuvar Lokā and the Bhu Lokā. Bhu Lokā is the earth. And when we say Gayatri Mantra, we say Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha. We are referring to the lokas of Bhu Lokā, Bhuvar Lokā, Suvar Lokā. So we can, and it can extend to the entirety, but for the comprehension of the human mind, Gayatri is saying Bhur Bhuva Suvaha, but it encompasses that whole realm of light that she is, the entire. And the neither worlds or the lower parts of the thing, it's not like in the cosmic macrocosm, they are in different realms, they say, extent. But in the microcosm, Nama says, you don't have to think there are a world is outside. Within one being, all the worlds are here. This has many, many worlds. So the microcosm within each human represents the entirety of all the lokas, all the 14 lokas. And then either lokas are Atala Lokā, Vitala Lokā, Sutala Lokā, Talatala Lokā, Rasatala Lokā, Mahatala Loka, Atala Lokā. Then we have the Narakam, which is called the nether world, which is again like the very painful regions. These are regions where there is so much of pain and suffering in the lower worlds. And then when you go to the higher worlds, there is the joy, bliss, abundance, all the good things you think of. There is all this connection with the divine. When you go to the nether worlds, it's like we are disconnected from the divine. And we can relate to that within each one of us. There are many moments, different phases in our life where we are so connected with the divine. It flows, there is joy, peace, love, it's just natural. And then there are times we are so disconnected with ourselves and with the world. There is so much pain and suffering within each one of us. And Atala Lokā, they describe it as a loka where there is abundance of intense pleasure and material enjoyment. And we can relate to that. And if intense pleasure and material enjoyment is there, why would it be considered a lower realm? It's what many are even looking forward to. But there is the connection with the soul is not there. It's purely the ego immersed in the senses. The soul is not connected in that. And as it breeds more and more of just craving for the senses, you cannot still, the mind cannot still to come into that state of stillness, peace, and the connection with the divine soul within. So the soul and the is totally disengaged, and it's only the play of the ego, life of the ego, and it breeds more and more of the karma that keeps on bringing more and more rebirth. It guarantees more and more rebirth, and it is taking away from the core, the source. So even the best that we may think is not really the best in the soul's journey. So that is Atala Lokā. Then there are other lokas with the other characteristics. And so just material wealth and sense enjoyments is not the ultimate of life. They are there, everything is there, that is also her. It is part of her ways, it is forms her ways, so it is her. But when we look at it with the perspective of looking at the clay and not getting lost by the appearance of whatever form of the clay, we are able to disengage from that and connect to the source. And so we don't get thrown around in life. So with that said, her waist in her Virāt form. Virāt form is a manifest form that we are describing here. Form is the Atala Lokā. And she is the slender waisted one. Her 848th name, Om Śreem udāra kīrtayē namah swaha. 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 Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who is of exalted fame, udāra. Udāra is like wood, means the highest, the epitome, the pinnacle, wood. Udāra, kirti is fame. So she is of utmost exalted fame. And there are various ways this can be interpreted, this name. The foremost is she is of the utmost greatest fame. Or by worshipping her, one quickly attains exalted fame. And this way of breaking ud, ara have different interpretations. Or ru can mean deva, udāra, kīrtayē. So it's like she is higher than ra is devas. She is the mother of all the devas. And so all the devas, all the gods and deities, they all have their prowess and their greatness, and she is the mother of all of them. So her fame is greater than all this even put together, because they emanate from her only. Her fame is greater than all theirs. Or she dispels the doshas, the difficulties brought by various planets. Ara can mean the planet Mars, and so she is able to clear interpretation. Kīrtayē is different, like she is able to clear, take away the difficulties, like different planetary positions can have various impacts. So it's all their frequencies impact the earth, each being, each has its different planetary positions are beneficial or sometimes create more obstacles. And Mars often is indicated for Cheba is Mars and Cheba is Tuesday, and there's Chevai Dosham, they'll say. So these planetary positions and their obstacles, she, the cosmic mother, helps to dispel, clear that. Or by worshipping her, one gets fame that defeats the golden being in the sun. So there is Ud here, there are references, refers to that effulgent being, the Chaitanyam, the intelligence, that effulgence of the sun. And Ara can mean a weapon, another interpretation. So this worshipping her and the blessing she confers gives the devotees such resplendence that like a weapon can defeat even the great glory of the sun. They call it the Saguna Chaitanyam, that is in the sun god, the Chaitanyam, that bright effulgent intelligence is defeated, like can be outdone by her blessings to her devotees, who get that much more resplendent brightness and more than that to outshine the sun. So, and who can give that? Only who has it can give. So she gives us all that. She gives it to the sun, she gives it to her devotees, to everyone. And there is another interpretation. Her fame is great like the two lakes, Ara and Ṇya. Ṇa with the dot is not Ṇya, but Ṇya, Ṇa, where the tip of the tongue goes to the roof of the palate. Ṇya. And to us, these are not famous because we are so, our relations or everything is related to the Bhuloka. Our references are mostly related to Earth, Mother Earth. But when you're going to other realms, like it says Brahman, when we say Brahman, the unqualified, in the qualified Brahman, then all the 14 lokas, everything is in that realm. And here it's actually in the Brahma Loka, the Satya Loka, the highest of the lokas. And there are these two very, very famous lakes, Ara and Ṇya lakes. And her fame is as great as these two lakes. It's said that these two lakes, like comparable to on Mother Earth, we refer it like the Manasarovar, the lake of the mind in the Himalayas. The Manasarovar is the epitome of that serenity of the mind that brings it to the stillness, to be one with the soul, connected with, dissolved in that state of that stillness and purity. And in the Satya Loka, there is the Ara and Ṇya, and so the Vakdevis who are composing it have seen all the lokas, they know all the lokas, and they are bringing to us the perspectives of the famous things in other aspects, in other realms. Like when we were seeing the description of the Sripuram, all the different compartments and the different places where each one lives, they are giving us glimpses of other realms in other lokas, in other existence forms that has been created. Even though we don't see it in reality on Mother Earth, they exist in the macrocosm. And those, the Siddhas who have dived within, they understand it within the realm of the microcosm. So there are all these perspectives, and we are getting this ideation, this perspectives that are opening up, that as we soak into the mantra, contemplate on it, be on it, it unravels itself more and more to each of us who pursues with that. She is udāra kīrtayē. It's fame that incomparable. And the next one continues in that. Her 849th name. Om Śreem Uddhama Vaibhavaye namah swaha. Om Śreem Uddhama Vaibhavaye namah swaha. Om Śreem Uddhama Vaibhavaye namah swaha. Om Śreem. Continuous one. Om Śreem Uddhama Vaibhavaye namah swaha. Om Śreem Uddhama Vaibhavaye namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, whose glory is unbounded. We saw in her last name Exalted Fame. Here it's unbounded glory. And Vaibhavam, even all the celebrations and we have in temples, many of them are called like this Vaibhavam, that Vaibhavam of the divine, like the Vaibhavam, like the temple, different festivals and celebrations are called this Vaibhavam, that Vaibhavam. So it is then that joy and in that celebration that glory is further glorified experience. And as you praise and glorify, you're bringing in that frequency. So we also soak in those frequencies, and we are getting entrenched in all these high level of frequencies of love, devotion, glory, name, fame, abundance, contentment, the glories, all the soul qualities. So here, wood dharma, wood we just saw is of highest. Dharma is beyond, it's nothing can contain that. Dharma is rope. We've come across Dharma earlier. Like one of the names of Krishna is Damodharan. Dhara is he holds it, bears it. Dharma is rope. Because as a child he was quite naughty. The mother tied him around with a rope and to one of the mortars, a big stone that is used for pounding and making flour out of grains and things. So he's called Damodhara. Dama is rope. Here, Uddama, so she cannot be Uddama, beyond the rope. So she cannot be contained or restricted by tying her. Vaibhavam, her glory cannot be contained and explained within this realm or this much, or it cannot be contained. It's immeasurable. It's beyond all descriptive limits cannot be boundless. Her 850th name, Om Śreem Varnarupinyai namah swaha. 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 Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, whose form is all the varnas, all the aksharas we saw in her earlier names. Om Śreem Sarvavarnopashobhitaye namah swaha. Om Śreem Matrukavarnarupinyai namah swaha. Varnopashobhita, she's in effulgence, all these from all the varnas of the alphabets, and each alphabet we saw is a mantra. And if you go into each of these alphabets, each petal in each of the chakras, and then the 51 matrukas, and then she wears them as a garland. And this is Matruka Varna Rupine. She is radiating all the different various hues of all these matrukas, all the mantras. And Varna literally means color. And so she is like radiating all the various light forms are from her. And Varna here means the alphabets, the aksharas. And in the text here, they're saying in another descriptive form, as we know all the varnas, matrukas are 51 as we say. There is a description in some other text here, which is referred to in the main text. In Panini's Siksha, Panini is one of the writers of grammar and all that. He talks about 63, 64 letters, varnas. So, and in that he describes 64 in Sanskrit and 63 in Prakriti, which is another similar language, ancient language. So how he derives the 64, the explanation is not given, and I've not been able to find it. So there are the 51, and there is one explanation that can be 64. Some are describing like this is the combination of different alphabets together, bringing it to 64. I don't understand the grammatical details or where this source comes from, but Bhaskaraya is mentioning that also. For us, she is all the akshara. She is in the form of all the varnas, all the aksharas, alphabets. And the varna can have another interpretation, which we have seen much earlier. We can go through it again. The 4 varnas, like there is the varnashramas and the 4 varnas. There is the like societal structure. Those who are in the typically what comes mentioned in the Vedas are like the Brahmana, not the the Brahmana, the Kshatriya, Vaishya, and the Shudra. And all 4 are her. So it's just a delegation of different work. And when the egoistic mind comes in, it gives upper class, lower class, middle class, and better, worse, and all that. That is the egoistic interpretation from the soul interpretation from the Veda. And she is the entire universe. She has created the laws, so these laws are maintaining the dharma and order. And truth and order, or as you go into the higher realms, truth and order reign, and everything falls into place. So like that, in that order, societal order of the four varnas or brahmanas, or those days, those who were fully engrossed in the brahmanas are the Vedas, the mantras, and these are the scholars. And today all those who are in the academic line, the scholars, the teachers, those who are into the scriptures, the go deep into the learnings, they are in that category of society. And then the kshatriyas, those days kings and rulers. Nowadays it's the governance, the administration, the army, navy, military, air force, all that is related to the governance and maintaining ruling country, related to ruling, is all kshatriya. And they get their advice, they have their counselors traditionally in the court of a king. He will have advisors, ministers, and many of the ministers would also come under the brahmanas to advise. Many sages, there's a court sage. Every kingdom had like Vasishta, Vishwamitra, they were all like court sages. They would advise the kings because they were well versed with the scriptures and with the divine order, which is right, which is the dharmic way to do things. Like now we have forums of ethic, those who counsel you through ethical ways of doing things. So they all come under the Brahmanic way of that class of societal order structure. And then the governance part is the kshatriya. And vaishyas are all those related to trade, agriculture, farmers. So the world economic trade, anything to do with the economy, the money, the growing of things, distribution, all this property, wealth is all the Vaishya of the societal structure. And Shudra is the working class, like the blue collar, the laborers, artisans, servants, all that. So every society needs these levels of structure. If you look into a company, any organization will have someone who is the brain behind it, someone who does all the menial work that is needed, the clerical work, and then you need the managerial work, and then you need the security, the protection, all that in any organization. And if it's a solo single person organization, then that single person is like her. The single person is the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra of that company, does everything. And she is all of that. All four are her form. So once we understand it is the divine in all, it is only the work structure that is giving it all the structure. There is no higher or lower. Higher you go in the responsibilities are more, and the punishment is more when you fail in your responsibilities. So lower is less responsibility. Some people don't want promotion because it's too much responsibility. They'll take a lesser work and they're happier with that. So it is just a societal order structure that was given. That is the varnas. In current days, like many values have deteriorated, these varnas interpretation and the essence, the saram behind it, the essence behind it has also been misinterpreted to suit egoistic needs. So varnas in today's discussion is a touchy subject because they think Shudras are menial labor, below. It's like untouchables. No, it's not like that. It is just there is, like if you asked a clerical person to run a company to make decision, in all probability, maybe in very rare cases where they've experienced that level and chosen to come to this level, most people will not be qualified for that because they've not had that training or that experience. Like when you recruit someone for something, you look at their qualification and then look at their years of experience, how much they've spent. So those adds up to how you can perform at that level. So some can perform as they grow higher, some cannot, and the simple life of easy, not much of brain work, but more physical work is easier, that is, they are capable. They are as much a part of society, as much a valued part of society, and it requires the soul connection to grasp that it is her in every form, and to honor that and not look at it from an egoistic perspective to say this is higher and this is lower, with not a degraded state. And this degraded state of mind is the degradation of the Kali Yuga, where the mind itself has degraded, to look at it that way. Whereas if you go into the ancient Vedic scriptures, Purana stories, every being is honored. You look at, she is Akita Brahma Janani. She is the one within Brahma to even the smallest of worm. So it is not a degraded level, but that physical form has its limitation. That brain's capacity has its limitation in the evolutionary scale. So each one's capacity gives them what they can perform in the world, but the life within each one is her. When we understand that as the leading force, then we understand the divine in every level of varnas, and we honor each one of them. And the dharma, the duty, delegation given to each, decides how each one performs and what responsibilities they have. It's like you may have your friend working in a different department or lower rung, or someone in a higher rung. Because it's a friend, you don't take advantage of it in the higher rung, or because it's in the lower rung, you are partial when it comes to being lenient if there is a mistake. It's a duty to do what your role asks you to do, anything beyond more, we surrender to the universe and divine, and we pray beyond that. But we do our roles, our dharma, as according to where we are. And this reminds me of something. Once I was with Amma, Shri Shakti Amma, and I was always like thinking, I don't remember what context or something, maybe in the general realm of something, in the how the world is and all that. And I was saying, this person is more capable. Why can't this person do this? Why should that person do it? That is, they're not doing their job as efficiently as someone else might do it, kind of. That was the thought form. And Amma was like saying, it is not about the person, it is about the designation. So it's like we say, Brahma Lokā, a Brahma's life is 100 years of Brahma's life. So human life is like 100 years of human life. And I was like trying to calculate different things. A Brahma's life is like 100 years of Brahma's life, and it runs into some 300 plus trillions of human lives, like 300 some trillion and 44 billion, so many years of human life is one Brahma's life, which is like 100 years of Brahma's life. So we are talking in different, each loka has its own time dimensions. So to be a Brahma, it is said, in Vamana Avatara, Lord Krishna comes as Vamana, the dwarf, and then Mahabali, he places his foot on Mahabali and he goes to the nether world. He's now in the nether world. This is like in this cycle maybe. And it is said that in the next Manvantara, which is another Brahma cycle, Mahabali, who's in the nether world, is qualified. He is going to become the Brahma. So we are talking in a different time realm. After so many trillions of years, an Asura Rakshasa can qualify. That means that level of purity he has come in, that level of to go to the Satyaloka, from the nether world to go to the Satyaloka, that level of evolution can happen for him to become next Indra, the ruler of all that. So it is it is like one molecule is in one something. After a while it breaks down, it can go into so many other places, form different compounds, different places, and it is still the same molecule, but its position has changed. And anyway, so coming back to what Amma said, it is not the person's capability alone, it is what is that position, that is what is determined. So even if, like in a kingdom, the king is gone, the little prince is now the acting crown prince. He has not grown in stature, he does not have the experience or the scholarship, but he is now in the throne, the crown prince. That designation, that spot gives him all the glory, and in the greatest, the elders will bow down to him. So it is not the person, but it is that designation that demands what is offered to each position. So like that, we are honoring each of these positions. It is not on the individual in the varnas. We are honoring every position, every designation in the societal structure, in the order. Like we have the human societal structure, there are societal structures for every animal, bee colony, ant colony, others, the marine life, and we are looking at it in the world realm, earthly realm. There are other realms, and every designation has its position with its responsibilities. And there can be someone much more competent, but that person has come to that position now. It's his karma, he has done something, she has done something to reach that state, and we honor that and we accept that with reverence, because it is she in each person who is in every place. Once we get that view, perspective, then we go through society more smoothly, and as we follow the dharma. Her 851st name. Before we go into that, I just wanted to read something from Amma's volume 3, page 169. Amma's talking about in the chapter, page 169. So our wisdom gives us strength. Our wisdom gives us courage. What is wisdom? Truth is wisdom. When we connect with our soul, then we are connecting to the truth. When we connect with the truth, then we will know that whatever seems to be a problem, it is not really a problem. It is a process. We will go through the process. It is good to go through the process. Then we will be finished with the process, and we will make our account clean for the next step on our path. Our soul, it is divine. We each have the divine within ourselves. However, we need to connect with it. Most of the time, 99% of the time, our consciousness is connected with our mind. But our mind cannot know the truth. Our mind is based on information. We are all taught A for apple, so we say A for apple. If someone teaches us A for Argentina or A for something else, our mind will say, oh, A for Argentina, A for something else. That is the capacity of our mind. It does not have the capacity to know the truth. Generally, the capacity of our mind is that whatever we feed it, it will give back to us. But our soul, we do not need to feed our soul. It is there. Once we connect, whatever we need, it will come. Our mind is like a computer. We just feed data to our mind and it will give that data back to us. But it is not a sure thing that our mind will give only good back to us. If we feed the mind bad data when we need the message, it will give us the bad data that we fed it. That is the capacity of our mind. But our soul is not like that. Since our soul is from the divine, it always tells us the truth. It will guide us towards the truth. And this brings us a break from what Amma is saying. the difference when AI, artificial intelligence, has come in so much into our realm and suddenly in such a huge place. It is like all the data we feed AI is from our mind, and it cannot take the place of the soul. So if we feed wrong data, we will never know, and we will be working on whatever we have fed it on the presumption that what we fed it is the right, and it's all from the realm of the mind. So there are shades to it. Amakan says, continues, so the answer to the question, how do we love and accept ourselves and everyone unconditionally? First, we need to accept ourselves as divine, to accept ourselves as gifted. Once we accept ourselves as gifted, when we understand that we are gifted because we have a soul, then we will understand that the divine is within us. When we accept and understand this, then we will see every other person as having the divine within them. When we accept and understand and love ourselves as divine, then automatically we will start to love everyone else in this way also. Special prayers for Varnashram, Varnas to be understood from the light of the divine. Day, her 851st name. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta Jana Vishranti Dayinyai namah swaha. When you break up the words, it's so much easier when you understand the meanings. So I think it will be easier. We'll break it up, then it's easier to pronounce. Janma is birth, Mrityu is death, Jara is old age. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Tapta. Tapta is that fire, that furnace, the heat, the burning. For those in that, caught up in that. Jana is all the being, Janangal, Jana is all the beings, the people. Vishranti, that peace and rest and that quietude, Dayinyai, she gives that. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai namah swaha. Namah swaha. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem Janma Mrityu Jara Tapta. Jana Vishranti Dayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, who gives peace, solace, that happiness within one, that rest, to all those beings who worship her from the heat, the turmoil, the furnace of birth, death, old age, this cyclical rebirth and going through this, all the constant changes. If you're there connected with her inside, then all that is going around, you can relate to it from the stillness of the inside. But since many of us are not connected to the stillness of the inside, we are thrown around by all the changes. With every change, we are thrown around, and that brings its hardships, sufferings, and that's like being in the furnace, the heat of all this. And she gives Vishranti, Janma, Mrityu, Jara. Janma is birth, Mrityu, death. So Mrityunjaya, Mrityu. Janma, Janani, she is Janmam, is birth, that birth. Janma. Jara is old age, we've seen earlier. Tapta, the heat of that. Tapas is that penance that generates that heat, that furnace in that stillness that clears and burns all the unwanted, so only she shines through. Here, it is the world's turmoil and changes heating up our life in the uncomfortable way, not in the source of going back to the source, but the heat of life is like unbearable. The turmoil is unbearable. And from that, she gives Vishranti, Dayini, giving, she gives Vishranti, Vishanti, Dayinyai, for the janas, for all the jivas, the beings, the humans, all the forms, all the janas. And this Vishranti is like we say, Shanti is peace. Vishranti is that state of relaxation, stillness, rest. After doing a hard day's work, you come and sit down and unwind in your couch, and then you just relax, nothing to do, the mind is still, all the chores done. That state of release and relaxation is like, it's so good. If you had a hard day or a very challenging day and then nothing to do, your mind can still, you're not like carrying homework back home to think through, nothing, everything is done, and then you sit in that peace and quiet. That is Vishranti. And I don't know if you know, in Sri Bhavan, we know in Sri Puram, we know Amma's homes, Sri Bhavan. Earlier, before Sri Bhavan was built, there was Vishranti Bhavan. So there is another home that Amma used to call us during Mangala Narayani Pujas. We used to go, it is Vishranti Bhavan. It is still there. Now, Vishranti Bhavan is the home of the Sri Puram director. So it is a place we come there, let go of all the work, turmoils, the stress of life, and then you come to this place of Vishranti to rest and relax and unwind and repose. And for the soul, the jiva that is going through this, going to heaven is Vishranti. We've accumulated good karma. It is a place to rest and enjoy, relax, is Vishranti. To the soul that once that good karma, the credit is finished, will come back. We are born again. The ultimate Vishranti of being merging into her, the drop, every river merging into the ocean and losing its identity. The ultimate Vishranti of merging into her also she gives. The Vishranti, the rest we have at the end of each day, the sleep we get is again that she gives. So we all go through this every day. We get our Vishranti when we sleep. When we rest quietly, we get to repose. After all the work and our chores, the good, whatever, everyone needs it, every being needs it. And she is the Dayini, she is the one who gives Vishranti to all the beings. Her 852nd name, Om Śreem Sarvopanishad Udghushtayai namah swaha. Om Śreem. Before we continue, Udghushtayai. Under S is sh. Under T, sing one T with the dot is T, the first T, but there is you stay longer in the T. It's not T, but T. there is a stress on the ta. It's not like the ta, the second ta with the H. It's not the second ta, that stress, but the first one, udāra, the ta, ta. There is that stress on that without going into the second ta. Om Śreem Sarvopanishad Udghushtayai namah swaha. 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 Om Śreem. Salutations to Sri Lalitha, whose glory is grandly proclaimed by all the Upanishads, Sarva, all Upanishads, all the Upanishads, Sarvopanishad. So the mantra sara, shastra sara, she is, and they are like extolling her glory. Udghushtā is, it says, loudly proclaim. It is not like just a proclamation that's printed in the books or anything. It's like with the microphone, with the speaker, it is blaring out loud. This is her greatness. This is her glory. So the entire universe, after it's manifested from her, is proclaiming her glory. It's like the artist has created something, and the painting or the sculpture, whatever the artist created, is coming back and speaking of the glory of the artist, because it speaks for itself, the greatness, the beauty of that creation. And they are proclaiming, the Upanishads, the mantra saras, they are like proclaiming her glory in grand way. So everything about the divine is so much glory and grandeur, the greatness, the fame and the blessings, and she is the simplest. She is in every being, everything. The form, everything happens automatically, but she is in that stillness of the Shiva Shakti Aikya, and everything just manifests and it rolls, it happens accordingly when the truth and the dharma are followed. That is the essence of everything. It's like the oiled wheel goes chugging along, rolling along with no thing. The truth and dharma, righteous order, they keep everything in order in creation. And when they go out of tune, she is there, she comes back, she incarnates, she makes herself present again in a more conspicuous way. We call on her, we can call on her any moment, any time, because Amma always says, you're never ever alone. You're always with the divine, because she's right here with us all the time. When we connect with her, we are not alone. We are with her every part of our life, every moment, every fractions of moments, because time doesn't matter anymore. Just the connection is there, she is there. And we take the sankalpa to connect with her. And she says 99% of the time our consciousness is connected with the mind, and we make the effort, that process with the sankalpa, the Ichcha Shakti, for the consciousness to connect with the soul, then that it reverses the downward spiral to the upward spiral. Let us offer our mantra and the prayers to Sri Lalitha Narayani for this week's yagam. Om Jnanarupaya vidmahi Shaktiyam Saya Dhimahi Tanno Shaktiyam Ma Prachodayat. Om Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Śreem Śrīmatre namah swaha. Om Śreem mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem mantra sārāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem tal'ōdaryai namah swaha. Om Śreem tal'ōdaryai namah swaha. Om Śreem tal'ōdaryai namah swaha. Om Śreem udāra kīrtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem udāra kīrtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem udāra kīrtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem uddāma vaibhavāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem uddhāma vaibhavāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem uddhāma vaibhavāyai namah swaha. Om Śreem varnarupinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem varnarupinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem varnarupinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem mrityujara-tapta jana vishrantidayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem janma mrityujara-tapta jana vishrantidayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem janma mrityujara-tapta jana vishrantidayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem janma mrityujara-tapta jana vishrantidayinyai namah swaha. Om Śreem sarvopanishad udghushtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem sarvopanishad udghushtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem sarvopanishad udghushtayē namah swaha. Om Śreem Śrīmatre namah swaha. Om Śreem Śrīmatre namah swaha. Om Śreem Śrīmatre namah swaha. Om Namo Nārāyani namah swaha. Om Namo Nārāyani namah swaha. Om Namo Nārāyani namah swaha. Let us offer our chantings, our prayers to Sri Lalitha Narayani, seeking her abundant grace, her blessings for all of us, for all our loved ones, for all of humanity, for all the sentient beings, for the whole of Mother Earth and all the worlds, to shower us with her grace, her blessings, to gain this wisdom of karma, dharma, dhanam, become fit and receive this gift of devotion for her, from her, to connect with the divine within us, to connect with her, the divine within each other, to connect with her, the divine in the whole of the creation, and to always be in the state of all her soul qualities, love, light, laughter, joy, bliss, abundance, generosity, contentment, compassion, honoring of all life forms, forgiveness, gratitude, devotion, courage, humor, skills, health, strength, harmony, purity, integrity, sincerity, truth, Atma Balam, all the soul qualities, by the grace and blessings of Sri Lalitha Narayani, by the grace and blessings of Sri Shakti Amma Narayani, as we pray for her to shower her grace for peace, love, harmony to reign in the hearts and minds of all the beings, for peace, love, harmony, health to flourish in Mother Earth and all her beings, and for all the worlds. Om Namo Nārāyani. Any questions? Today was a bit longer. If there are no questions, we can end the recording. Om Namo Nārāyani.